Obviously, his presidency ends prematurely. He's only in the White House about 1,000 days. Huge things happened during that presidency: the Berlin crisis of '61, the Cuban Missile Crisis of '62, civil rights comes to the fore. But it ends in less than 3 years. And so that has meant historians have naturally tended to think about, well, what would have happened had he lived? And I think, generally speaking, historians look at that issue just from the perspective of their overall view on JFK. So if they have a negative view of Kennedy and his presidency, they basically say, well, bad things would have happened. If they've got a positive view of Kennedy, they say, well, various good things would have happened. In terms of the hypothetical issue, obviously the 1964 presidential election would have been important. He would have needed to win it to have stayed president in the mid and late 1960s. The Republican candidate in '64 turned out to be Barry Goldwater, who's an important figure in terms of the history of modern conservatism in America, but at the time was seen as too extreme by most Americans, and he ends up being trounced by Lyndon Johnson in the 1964 election. And I think had Kennedy been president, he would have beaten Goldwater comfortably. So I think we can safely assume that John Kennedy would have been president till January 1969.